So there's so many things that you need to know whenever you're buying a home, especially if you're buying a new construction. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 steps that you need to know about buying a home, because you may be relocating. And if you're moving anywhere out here in Oklahoma, maybe you're relocating, maybe you're military, but you do need to know about all the steps that you need to know whenever you're buying a brand new home. And I'm excited to give this to you. So without further ado, welcome to Oklahoma. Let's get to the video. So step number 1, what do you want to know whenever you are buying a brand new home? Well, the first tip is you actually want to make sure that you get buyer representation with an agent. And why do you want to get representation? Anytime you're buying a brand new home, just like the one that we are in right now, these homes are being represented by builders and developers. And whenever you're working with a builder or a developer, they might have something called an inside sales rep. Now, what the inside sales rep is, that's actually the person representing the builder themselves. So if you go in and you talk and you're not being represented, then they actually will not let you bring an agent in after you decide on the floor plan that you want, because they obviously want to keep their costs down if they can, but you are now their client. You're not necessarily being represented because the sales rep is communicating information to you, but they're not really helping you as much as they're helping the builder. So you want to make sure that you get buyer's representation, just so you feel like you've got an advocate for you, somebody who's on your side, actually helping you get the information to transact the deal and to give you some inside information that you may not know about, because the builder is having their own sales rep talking to you. So if you want to be talked to, then go ahead and you don't have to be represented. The second reason is because buyer's representation actually costs you $0. In the state of Oklahoma that we're in right now, if you are being represented, the builders are actually paying us, the agents, to actually bring them a buyer. So it costs you nothing. A lot of people don't know that, but it actually costs you $0 to be represented. So if you could be represented without having to spend any money to be represented, would you? Well, I think that might be something that you want to consider, because you can buy something like this with full representation by making sure that you reach out to me or someone else. So if you want to reach out to me, make sure that you actually click in the show notes. I've got all the information in the show notes. You can shoot us a call, shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just schedule a Zoom call. So listen, we get calls from people all over the place, from as far as Qatar, Egypt, to the city that we're in right now in Oklahoma, that are asking, hey, can you help me buy a home? So I would love to help you and make sure that you are getting represented. So next, let's talk about step 2. So step 2, whenever you think about buying a home, is the questions that you want to ask not only your agent, but also your builder. One of the things that you want to be asking your builder is there a premium lot? Now, the reason why a premium lot is so important is because that different lots actually cost more to build the exact same floor plan if it's in something like a cul-de-sac or if it's something near a waterfront. That's a question that you want to ask your agent and the builder. Is there a premium lot? Because you could be spending, what we're here in the house right now, this is $1.2 million. But if this house was maybe in a middle lot, it might be $890,000. But if it's near the waterfront that we have here, it's $1.2 million. So a lot that's in high demand will cost more. So make sure that you ask your builder, is there a premium lot? Make sure that you ask your agent as well, because they will go on behalf. Somebody like me, I would be going on your behalf, asking if there a premium lot. One of the other questions that you also want to ask is, are there any buyer incentives? So come up here with me, let's walk upstairs and let's talk a little bit about what the buyer incentives are. Buyer incentives are, builders actually have incentives if you buy at specific times or if they have a sale going on. So just because you see the price, maybe you may see it on Zillow, but if you're working with me, you'll be seeing it on the MLS. Some of these houses, by the way, are off market, so you may not see every home because a lot of these are personal relationships that I have with the builders, but there are builder incentives. And one of those builders incentives is going to be buyer credits. What that means is that if you buy a house with a builder, they may be willing to give you up to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in incentives. And you can use those incentives to upgrade the house. Like, as you can see, if you guys look up there, you see we have brand new chandeliers. If they have builder credits, you could get something like brand new chandeliers, or that could even help your closing cost and actually lower the price that you actually have to come to closing with, because you can use that money to either pay for a new chandelier, maybe you want to put in some new upgrades, or you just want to come at closing with a little less money. Buyer incentives, make sure you ask your builder that and ask your agent as well. So now let's go talk about step 3. All right, so what is step number 3? What are some of the questions that you want to be asking yourself? Now, I know we actually talked about questions to ask the builder, but if you're going to be building a brand new home, then you actually need to think about the time frame. There are two different types of homes whenever you're buying a home. One of them is called a spec home, and then the other one is called a new build. Now, what are the difference between a spec home and a new build? Well, a spec home is already pre-built. Most of the time it's been constructed all the way up to the drywall, but what that means is that they're actually waiting for a buyer. So as soon as we are ready to go purchase that home and put a contract on it, then they'll actually finish up doing the painting and things like that, which takes anywhere from 30 to 90 days. It just depends on the type of builder and the size of the home. But a spec home already has the floor plan. The spec home already has the layout. What you're really doing is you're paying to actually finish the house. Now, what is a new build? A new build is from the ground up. And that's why I say it's so important for you guys to really think about the timeline that you have, because let's say that you're actually relocating. Maybe you're like some of my clients right now who are moving during the summertime and they want to get ready for the school year that starts in August, right? Well, they're probably going to be looking at a spec home because the spec home just takes 30 to maybe 90 days, depending on the builder, to get ready, because they couldn't do a new build because it might take 9 months. So those are two things to really know the difference between a spec home and a new build, and ask yourself the timeline. How much time do you actually have? How much time are you willing to wait for your home to get built? Most of the builders out here in Oklahoma, we have a lot of spec homes, and we have some custom homes and semi-custom homes. So make sure that you ask yourself how important that time frame is to you. So let's actually get ready to talk about step 4. Now, the 4th step is going to be the home buying process. So if this is your first time ever buying a home, you need to know that there are about 10 steps. Make sure that you actually click the show notes below, because I'll actually be giving you guys a guide. Once you reach out to us, I can give you all the steps that you need to know. So I'm just going to talk about a few of them right now. The first step is we actually want to find out where we want to buy, right? Because maybe you want to buy in Oklahoma City, maybe you want to buy in Lawton, Cache, Elgin, Moore, Edmond. You need to make sure that you actually give that call with us so we can actually really filter out where do you want to be. It could be because of the closest of your job, if you're relocating, or if you just want to stay on the same side of town. Location really does matter, not only just for where the new builds are, but also for your quality of life. I don't know about you guys, but I came from Texas. I'm from Oklahoma City, but I lived in Texas for 15 years. And I don't know too many people who wanted to live in Plano, but work in Fort Worth, because it's an 1.5-hour drive. So if we're out here in Oklahoma City or we're out here in Lawton, if drive time is important to you, then we need to have that conversation about where do you want to live and where are some new builds in that location or within maybe a 15-20 minute facility. So the next thing that we actually need to talk about is getting pre-approved. So getting pre-approved, right after that process, what we do is we actually have a strategy call with you guys, and we'll find something that I call your piece number. Now, what is your piece number? It doesn't matter how much you guys get approved for. What really matters is how much home can you afford. So we want to find a home that's within that price point, that piece number for us, so we can actually go find a home that's not going to be a celebration on day one, but a nightmare. As soon as that bill comes in, now we got to pay something that we couldn't afford. So let's go find out that piece number first, okay? So that's why we have a strategy call right after we get pre-qualified. One of the next thing whenever you're buying a new construction home is you actually want to find out, are there any HOA fees? Because a lot of new builds are coming with HOA fees. Just so you guys know, if you plan on buying a brand new home and you're living on something like an acre lot or bigger, most of the time you're not going to get HOA fees. But if you are buying something and it's in a neighborhood kind of like where we're in right now, just prepare yourself. You will be having HOA fees, all right? So the other thing that you guys want to think about is choosing your builder. This is probably one of the most important pieces. And one of the things that I want you guys to do is actually make sure that we go take a look at different builders, just so you can get an idea of what some of the models, what some of the floor plans are, because you may like a particular floor plan, but it may not be in your location. So having the conversations with the builders, what are your floor plans, what are your options in this neighborhood, is definitely something you want to do as well. So one of the next steps that we actually want to do is something which is my favorite thing to do. Let's go actually see some homes. And the reason why you want to see different homes whenever you're buying a new construction is you really want to get an idea of different type of floor plans, the same way as the previous step. But I want to tell you something different. You want to know about the amenities in the neighborhood, because if you're in different price points, some price points are going to have no amenities. And then other price points are going to have amenities like playgrounds and parks and, lakes and things like that. So after we're having that strategy call, you want to find out where are some of these new builds that actually have amenities, if that's important to you. You also want to know about the yard size. Maybe you want to buy a brand new house, but you don't really want to take care of a yard. Well, that's why we got to have those calls and actually find out what type of builders have what type of yard sizes and lot sizes. Listen, it's so much more that I could tell you in that step. So make sure that you actually click that link below, schedule a call, because I actually want to break down the 10 steps that you guys need to know. But without further ado, let's actually go to step 5. So what is step 5 whenever you're thinking about building a brand new home? Well, the last tip is going to be about setting the healthy expectations whenever you're building a home. So I don't know if you know this, but whenever you're building a home, the house is actually not yours. It's actually still the builder's during the entire process. So what that means is that whenever we want to go see the home and we want to see the process, make sure that you actually have to give your agent or myself a call, or you have to give the builder a call so that they can just make sure that they have the construction team on the site, make sure that there's no nails or anything, because you don't want to get hurt, because if you do, that could be a hazard and could potentially mess up you actually buying the home, and it may push things back. So here are some healthy expectations that I want to set for you whenever you're buying a brand new home. Number 1, make sure that you actually call your agent or myself whenever you're going to look at a home, okay? Number 2 is just know that the builder should be under-promising and over-delivering to you. So what I mean by that is if they say that they are going to be closing by December 31st, most of the time, because they already feel like they could probably close at the end of November or December, but they just want to put themselves with enough gap in between in case something happens, okay? So we always want to stay up to date with the builder themselves and find out, hey, when can we close? Because they want to under-promise and over-deliver just in case something happens, okay? Because one of the things that we can't control in new construction is the weather. As you can see, today is a beautiful day outside as I'm on the patio, on the balcony, rather, of one of the homes that we're actually taking a look at today. But today is a great day. If it rained tomorrow, that would actually slow down the contractors coming in and finish the work. So the next thing that you need to know about the expectations is that you cannot actually start putting in some of your own personal upgrades while the house is getting built. So those are things that we actually have to do up front. If we're doing a new build, if we're doing a spec home, then you don't have any more opportunity to do that because the drywall has already been placed. But just know it's okay. You can actually do that after the closing. But if we're doing a brand new build, we want to get all of the upgrades that we want to do. We want to do that in the design room whenever we're selecting these upgrades. Now, I want to tell you that if you are within a decent budget and you want to do an upgrade, just know that does increase your purchase price, okay? Just know that, but you got to do those things up front as well. So today, these are the 5 tips that we talked about building a home. Make sure that you actually click the show notes below, give us a call, shoot us a text, give us an email or a Zoom call. I'd be more than happy to help you. I love all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for checking the videos. Make sure you actually watch this video right here because this video actually breaks down a little bit more about what you need to know when buying a home. I'll see you on the other side. You guys have a great day because you absolutely deserve it.